Alright, so let's talk about the bodybuilding dilemma, alright? I know a lot of you guys are probably like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is the bodybuilding dilemma? Well, it's something that everyone has experienced. I guarantee you guys are going to relate when I talk about this. We got the graph here, right? So, on the y-axis here, we have feeling skinny, alright? Less, and then more. And then on the x-axis here, we've got weight lost over time. So this is, I guess I should add a note here. This is when you are cutting, right? So you're trying to lose weight, get leaner, right? So here's what happens. So we got less, more. So when you first start, you're not really going to feel it, right? It's going to be kind of like, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm making progress, right? I'm making a little progress. I'm looking leaner, you know? And then as you sort of continue, you start to see, man, I'm feeling skinny, right? I'm feeling fucking skinny as fuck. And then more and more and more and more. So it's kind of like a hockey stick graph, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where it's like it's not fucking linear, right? It doesn't go like that. It goes like, right? It's sort of like it's like a fucking plane taking off, right? It goes, well, actually planes don't take off that way. Planes take off more like linear, but you know, a plane, I guess gaining altitude would be a better comparison, like soon. Because at first, right, the first like days or weeks, you're kind of like, okay, you know, I'm looking a little bit better, you know, weeks, you know, looking here. And then as you go on, it really starts to set in, right? Because you're like, fuck, it's been, you know, how many weeks, how many, you know, I'm eating all these calories. It's like, fuck, I just feel skinny, right? The more you feel skinny over time, the more weight you lose. So then you say to yourself, well, I want to fucking stop feeling skinny, right? I want to feel big. I want to feel better. I want to be strong. I want to be, you know, this, be that, be strong, be, you know, feel like I'm big, like I'm intimidating, like people don't want to fuck with me. So then you start a bulk, right? And then we have here, so weight gained over time, so amount of weight you know, put on a bulk, that sort of thing, right? Because that's what a bulk is for, to put on weight, to put on mostly muscle, but I guess some people kind of put on fat. I mean, if you're trying to put on muscle, you're going to put on fat as well, so less and more. And then feeling like a fat fuck, less, more. And this is bulking, right? So we see kind of like the same dynamic as cutting, right? When you start, you're gonna feel like, okay, this is, you know, I'm getting stronger. I'm getting stronger. You know, seeing the numbers on the scale go up. I'm looking like I'm putting on muscle. You know, I'm eating more calories. I feel a little bit better. And then it sort of gets to a point where it's, right? You kind of like, your face starts to get fat. It starts to really, it's just like, fuck, is it really worth it? You know, it's sort of like right around here. And I guess that the time is different for everyone, right? Maybe it's 4 weeks, maybe it's 8 weeks, maybe it's 10 weeks, 12, who knows? Who knows what it is with you? But it does get to a point where you look in the mirror and you're like, I feel like a fat fuck. More fat fuck. Less fat fuck. Right? So when you start, less. You actually kind of look better when you're bulking and when you start, because you're eating more calories, your muscles are fuller. But then you kind of, there gets to a point, what I'm trying to say, there's a point in time where you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm a fat fuck. Or you take like a picture of your face and your face is just fat as fuck, and you're just like, what have I done? What have I done? So, then you want to cut. Then you want to go back to what I said, right? And cut. So what's the solution, you might ask? Well, there's only one real solution to this. And that, hold on, I'm right-handed, sorry. That's the solution right there. Very, very simple. And maybe let's see. Maybe that too. Trend and test. That's pretty much the only solution I can think of. If you're not taking these, which is fine. I don't take these. I don't recommend you take these. But, the fuck was I gonna say? I think if you want to, you do your own research, make sure you know what you're getting into, right? But, aside from that, if you're not going to use these, right, you're going to be dealing with the previous problems, the dilemma, right? So just get ready for it, is all I can really say. So how do you deal with the dilemma, right? If you're not taking one of those two things that I mentioned, how do you deal with it, right? Well, there's a couple ways. Number one, you gotta choose, hold on. You gotta choose, right? And what I mean by this is, you gotta think, do I want to be big and intimidating? Or do I wanna, do I wanna look big in a t-shirt? Or do I want to look big without a t-shirt, right? Because if you're, big and bulky and fat, you're gonna look big in a t-shirt, right? When I'm bulking, I have like all these guys come up, they're like, do you play football, bro? I'm like, no, man, I'm just bulking right now. But versus when I'm cutting, right, I'm lower body fat percentage, I don't look as good in a t-shirt. But when I'm at like the beach or whatever, and I'm not wearing a shirt, I guess I look a little bit better. So that's what I mean by that. You have to choose, right? Which person do I want to be? Do I want to be the fat fuck who looks good with a t-shirt? Or do I want to be the lean? Do I want to be lean? Do I want to have, do I want to look lean? Do I want my face to be lean? Do I want to look, basically, have like the sleeper build, right? That sort of thing. Oh yeah. Number two, you have to find your point, right? So what I mean by this is, right, as we mentioned before, the curve. So find that point. Where's that point? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Find your point where it's like, it's too much. It's too much. I need to stop there. And you might not know this right off the bat, right? If you start a bulk or start a cut, you're probably not going to really know. It's only until you kind of like put the work in, put the effort in the bulk or in the cut, where you figure out, this is too much, this is the line, right now I need to draw, I need to start a cut, I need to start a bulk, whatever it is, right? Find that point. Number three, I don't know if there's a number three. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you avoid the bodybuilding dilemma in and of itself. So, yeah. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. hopefully you found value. Hopefully you found a way to, you know, maybe help yourself with this dilemma. And yeah, be sure to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, and let me know what you think.